Good morning. So we are continuing with the Srimad Bhagavatam. We are in Canto 2, chapter 4, and we were supposed to continue from verse 5 onwards. So, but I'll give you a small recap of verse 4. Here, Parikshit is telling Sukdev that I am constantly in thought of Sri Krishna. And since I already been told that you are going to die, that means he is already reached his point of death. So he is giving up all the activities. So there are the three activities which he says: religion, economic development, and sense gratification. Religion. See, when we are about to die, I cannot be saying I am a Shaivite, I am a Vaishnavite, I am a Christian, I am a Muslim, I am this. Death is permanent. Like you are going to die. What are you thinking of? You are thinking of some religious upbringing of yours. It is not going to help you in any way. The idea is to take the name of God. That's it. Just take that name of God. Beyond that, you are not supposed to do anything. And secondly, economic development. That means I am still thinking that after I die, my company will be run by so and so, my children will be doing this, my grandchildren will be doing this. These are the things which we normally you will find human beings are bothered about. They are bothered about who is going to take the money, how things are going to run, what is going to happen. After I go, then what is going to happen. Now, if you have not signed a mandate, you know what a mandate is, where you tell the bank that after I die, this thing has to be given to somebody, or maybe you have not written a will. At the last minute, you are going to just keep on thinking, oh, who is going to take this? Well, who is going to take this? No. Who is going to fight on it? So you are going to be worried on your deathbed also on your economic problems. And the third thing is sense gratification. A person is still thinking, oh, I am going to leave my wife and go. She's going to be alone in this world. I want her close by. Can I hold your hand? Can I kiss you? Can I do this? Sir, you are dying. You are thinking of holding hands of your wife. Your wife is not coming with you in your death. Can you imagine that? You are dying alone. And on top of it, you want your wife to be next to you, holding your hands, or children holding your hands. I mean, you must be the biggest idiot on earth to think that if I hold my wife's hand and she will accompany me, well, when you are dying, nobody is going to come with you. You are going towards your own funeral. Okay, then please don't keep on thinking my wife, my children, they are least bothered about it. They will cry for 2 days. After that, they will stop crying and they will be constant fight over properties and stuff like that. This is very common. It is common even in the royal households and even in the smaller households where you might be the poorest man on earth. Still, there is a problem there as well. So what is the point in fighting with a person? So these kind of things we should not bother. And then sense enjoyments. I have not had my last meal, you know. Sir, if you are dying in 1 hour's time, the meal is not even getting digested. 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, it may require just for digesting that meal. Think about it. When somebody is going for their final journey in a jail, you remember, they are being hanged or they are being given, shock treatment. And they are saying, I want to eat a burger and then die. I mean, just imagine that burger is not even digested. So what is it that you are actually looking for? The last minute you are looking for the taste in your mouth. That means your attention is towards wrong things. So Parikshit has given up these three things right away. The first one was religion, second one was economic development, and third one was fruitive activity. And he doesn't want any kind of pluses or minuses in his life. He is just saying that I just want to be completely lost in the natural love of Krishna. That's it. And this is what we had ended last time with. Now today we are going to start a new verse. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 4, verse 5. Maharaj Parikshit said, O learned Brahmanas, you know everything because you are without material contamination. Therefore, whatever you have spoken to me appears perfectly right. Your speeches are gradually destroying the darkness of my ignorance, for you are narrating the topic of the Lord. Now, let us not mix up people who are Brahmanas over here. Here he is talking about absolutely enlightened person. So Parikshit is sitting in front of a very, very enlightened person. That is the ultimate person. His name is Sukadev. And whatever Sukadev has given knowledge so far, he says that has led me to only think of Sri Krishna. Normal human beings, when they are at your deathbed, you are dying and they are at your deathbed, are not even bothered about telling you about anything. Okay, I still remember being at the side of my mother-in-law's deathbed, and everybody was saying, say Krishna, say Krishna, say Krishna. Okay, fine. I doubt if that woman was even hearing say Krishna. And few hours later she revived. And the first question she asked was about what is the price of gold. I mean, I want you to think about this stupidity. How can a person who is just dying think of material worldly stuff? Yeah, that is something human beings are so petty in their mind. When you are dying, why are you thinking of some idiot? Some man, some woman, some people, some gold, some properties. Why are you thinking of that? You are going on an onward journey. Think about it. If you are going to the airport for a holiday to Tokyo, are you going to be still thinking, oh, I have not yet submitted my, details to my office. Let me do them at the last minute. Maybe I'll carry my laptop with me so that I can work in Tokyo. This is how people live in this world today. When you go on a holiday, are you enjoying the holiday? No. You're worried about what is going to happen when you go back. The wife is worried, oh, I have missed my children's school. Now what is going to happen when we resume school? You know how many petty issues we are thinking of? So this is how human beings are. So these kind of things should not be understood or taken into consideration when you are dying. So there should be no material contamination. And especially when you are with your Gurudev or somebody who is giving you the knowledge of the Brahma, your job is nearly done. You take the name of Lord. I want you to think of all these great men who died. The great people who died. Jesus Christ took the name of his Father in heaven. Right? Great people like say Ramana Maharshi or even Baba or whoever it might be, they will take the name of the Lord. Yesterday I was reading about Eknath Maharaj. Eknath Maharaj was taking the name of Vanduranga when he was just going into the Godavari river. What are you taking the name? Money, dollars, thinking wife, children? They are not going to be helping you anywhere. So don't do that. So when you are under the guidance of a master, stop being attached to these kind of material worldly things. Don't bother about it. So, whatever the Guru says, whatever Sukadev has said, that has to remove the ignorance from that person. the ignorance of this worldly contamination. See, this is what we have to understand. Worldly contamination about material worldly things, we have to give up. You may die with 5 cars in your garage. You are dead. Who is going to drive? Is that the question you are thinking of at the time of death? Don't. There is no point. So I want you to think like this, that there is no point except taking the name of God. This is what Sukhdev has told Parikshit. So the next verse says, verse 6, I beg to know from you how Sri Krishna by his own personal energies created this phenomenal universe as they are, which are inconceivable even to the great demigods. Now this is a very, very, boiling question because everybody wants to know how this world got created. The moment we talk of the word creation, the heckles are raised of all those people who believe that, now he's going to talk about God and stuff like that. Well, what is your problem? If your creator is the sun who has created your earth, so go pray to your sun. Come on. If you think that there is a black hole which created you, or that tiny piece of whatever thing that has created you, why don't you go and pray to that and say, oh, thank you very much for giving us this beautiful earth and the sun and the moon and the universe. End of the day, your question will still remain, who created that dot? Isn't it a very big question? Now I want you to think at the last minute. Here is Parikshit. He says, I have heard about Sri Krishna. Now I want to hear stories about the Lord. So the first story I want to hear is, how did this universe and this world got created? So would you be kind enough to tell me the answer? And by the way, even if I do the next 20 verses, there is no answer in that. We will have to wait for the answer for the coming week, I think. It is very funny. Okay, let us see the next verse. This is verse 8. 7 did we do? 6 we did. 7. Kindly describe how the Lord, who is Supreme Lord, who is all powerful, engages his different energies and different expansions in maintaining and again winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player. Now please understand, when Parikshit is saying these words, he has some understanding about the subject. You also have some understanding about this subject. You know what is the understanding that you have? The understanding is this: there must be some creation somewhere, something must have got created somewhere. And then somewhere down the line, it is going to be complete destruction. These two things you know. Why? Because you know about your own birth, isn't it? And you know that there is going to be death. These two things you know very clearly. These 2 points in life are so known to you all that if I ask you this question, what were you doing before you were born? Do you have an answer? There is no answer, because you have absolutely no clue when you were born, just prior to your birth, what you were doing. You will say, I was inside the womb of the mother. No. I am asking you, before your conception also, where were you? Do you have any idea? No. So then now I want you to think very carefully. Where did this conception happen, and why is it that you came in that body? The physical body of yours, you have entered this body. You have come from somewhere. Won't you say that? I must have come from somewhere. Answer is not known. Where? When somebody dies, where do they go? Isn't it a biggest question on earth? Where does a person go after they died? So if Michael Jackson died, where did he go? He is doing moonwalk, is it? On the moon? No. So we have to understand where he went. So where are you going to go? This question is important to you. Similarly, when we open our eyes, we are looking at the world. Isn't it very funny that the world came into existence the moment your eyes were opened? Can you understand what I am saying? Your world came into being, that means it was born. It was born the moment you opened your eyes and looked around. Before that, did you know that there was a world like this? Common sense will tell you there was no idea of this world. Okay? Now, you might have seen some death in your family. Ask yourself this question, after death, where did they go? I am not asking where the body went. I am not saying they became a ghost. They are dead. And they are not haunting you. Okay, let us assume they are not haunting you. So where are they? So when they died, did they enter some black hole or something like that they can't be seen now? They got disappeared completely? So these are the questions which any and every human being should ask, and you need to get the answers from. So similarly, the question which he is saying is exactly like that. Now, the different expansions were there of Sri Krishna is what he is saying. Where has he heard them? He has heard them from his own parents, from his own forefathers. He has heard it from the Vedas and the other scriptures that he might have read, or somebody must have told him. So the thought is that Sri Krishna, who is the ultimate over here, takes the powerful form. And he has got different energies. He has seen those energies in his life, like you have seen in your life. Let us say you have crossed till the age of 40 or 50. You may say that, oh, I have been living my life the way I want it. You know, you don't have control even on one day of your life. Nobody has a control even on one day of their life. You may decide, today I am going to go to this place, and you end up doing something else completely. So what makes you think that you have any control? So that means there is something which is controlling it. Something, somebody, somewhere, someplace, it's being controlled. So we have to find out that. So there are different expansions of the Lord which are taking charge of different things. Think about the word expansion. As a startup, if you have a startup, you may be a lone person, a single person. But you will have some 2-3 people working with you. Each will be given a responsibility. They are all responsible for certain job, but finally they are responsible to you because you are the super boss. Then your company grows. Every person is given a responsibility. These are called potencies. Potencies means powers. So somebody will handle manufacturing, somebody will handle marketing, somebody will handle public relations, somebody will handle human resources. You know, there are so many departments. Similarly, in this world, when God created this world, responsibilities were given to different people, different deities, and they were called potencies. Now these potencies belong to only one, isn't it? He's created this, so he's the super boss there. So the potency of creation, go produce this, like production manager, production in charge. He was Brahmaji. Sustenance was with Vishnu. and destruction was with Shiva. So these were the three differentiations that were done. Then education went to, now there is an education ministry, it has to be given to someone. So Saraswati Ma is taking care of that. So I hope you get the point. Every person is given some responsibility. So every god has a responsibility. They have potencies, they have powers in that particular department. Got it? Last time we did different powers of different gods in different parts of the body. Did we do that? Okay, like the Ashwini twins. They are supposed to handle our mouth. Okay, so everybody has been given some designation, some powers. So we have to understand in the phenomenal world, in this world, every god has been given. God doesn't mean capital G-O-D. Capital G-O-D is not God. It is super God. That's a big boss upstairs who is called a Paramatma. Let us call him that. But these small gods that are there, small g, they are called demigods. They are departmental heads. They can't handle another person's department. They cannot. They cannot. You cannot tell Saraswati, I want money, so please give me, money from RBI. No, she's not going to give you. Because that's not her department. You're going to the wrong place. So he says that Sri Krishna gave this distinction and different potencies got created. We do the next verse, verse 8. O learned Brahmana, the spiritual activities of the Lord are all wonderful and they appear inconceivable because even great endeavors of many learned scholars have still proved insufficient for understanding them. If that little brain of ours can take little knowledge, my whole satsang of 40 minutes or 45 minutes, I doubt if anybody can understand even 1 minute of it. Or if you can have retention power of even that 1 minute of the satsang. Even if you do it 10 times over and over and over again, retentive power is not there. No. The reason being, the moment you hear it, it is lost. Goes away. We don't have the ability to retain even one small information. If I ask you, what did you eat last week on this Monday? What did I eat? You won't even remember anything. And here we are doing highly evolved spiritual texts from which you are supposed to remember something. It is very unlikely, you cannot even remember. I can guarantee you this much. Because it is near impossible. So all the activities of the Lord, so they cannot be understood because with our very poor understanding of our material worldly jobs itself, we are going to stress out. Understand this, there Parikshit is sitting, Parikshit also may not remember anything. The strange part about spirituality is this. There was a video recently which I saw yesterday or day before yesterday, I don't remember. There is a blind sage in India. He is talking about one person, Premanand Maharaj is there, his name is. So this blind sage, I don't remember his name, I'm sorry. He is saying that that person is a child, he doesn't understand anything. Ask him to talk in Sanskrit or ask him to, if I say some words in Sanskrit, he should understand them. Premanand Maharaj has no idea about Sanskrit, he will not be able to do it. Now I am going to tell you all something. Listen to this. Answer lies here that you don't need to know anything. This has to be understood by everybody. You don't need to know Sanskrit. I have given you all stories of Eknath Maharaj where he wrote in Prakrit. His son was very upset that his father doesn't know Sanskrit. He wrote in Marathi. Twice in life, his books were consigned to the river. The river gave the books back. The river goddess came and gave the book back, including Ganga. Godavari and once and Ganga once. What does that tell us? It is the language that you know. That is very important. Your language, which you converse in, is all you need to know. Suppose I am conversing in English, I may not know Sanskrit. May not know. Enlightenment or spiritual perfection has nothing to do with language. Do you think Kabir will speak in Tamil? I doubt it. Do you think he will speak in English? No. Let us say there is a sage, Saint Aloysius or Saint Joseph. You think he is going to speak in Hindi? I doubt it. So then this kind of noise which these people make should be given up. Sanskrit is also a derived language. It is not original. The Tamilians in South are saying their language came first. They can say what they feel like. The first man never said any words also. You understand what I am saying, no? The first man who came on earth had no idea about any language. He must be doing sign language. Something like that. He did not even know to speak. So what is he going to do? When we go back to our archaeological, anthropology and archaeology and all those things, I am sure you will know we are not able to decipher what is written in those tablets also. Today's day and age, if I want to go to Sumerian tablets and try to decipher, you know how difficult it is. And they have found some more tombs and they are excavating more. I don't think we will ever understand what is written over there. You can keep on generalizing, you can keep on saying whatever you feel like. So language, the barrier. The language is what you know. The enlightened masters are not relying on memory. No. The enlightened masters do not have brains or memory also. They are an empty shell. Their knowledge comes from the main source, the internet, like you have internet. Today you want to know about Google, something, you Google it, isn't it? Or you do chat GPT or something like that. Your knowledge is coming from where? We don't know where it is coming from, correct? In a similar manner, these enlightened masters, their knowledge comes from the divine. And the divine may speak to them in Urdu, they may speak to them in English, they may speak to them in Sanskrit, or it doesn't matter. Some language they must be getting the knowledge, so they spout out that language. So this is the reason why we don't have to bother so much about what language somebody speaks, whether that person has read in Sanskrit, whether he has read in Tamil or whatever. Enlightened people do not need a language. My own forefathers, people would say, look at my grandfather and say, what is this? Early in the morning you are saying kalmas. Standing over there and saying Allahu Akbar. I mean, what is this you are doing was the biggest question they used to ask him. His guru was Sai Baba of Shirdi. And he is a Brahman himself. And he was saying those things. It is different story altogether. What does it matter? In similar manner, it should never matter to anybody. So, You have to please understand, take it, that the enlightened people speak in languages which they can speak in. Their body speaks in certain language. Eknath Maharaj spoke in Prakrit. Okay? Sant Jnaneshwar wrote in Prakrit. Why? Because that was the local language there. They didn't know Sanskrit. Most of these people don't know Sanskrit. Okay? Similarly, when I started reading, I had no idea about Sanskrit. I have no idea of any other language except English, because my whole education has been in English. I never studied in any other language. So please take it like that. So we are not supposed to bother about how these inconceivable ways in which God works. All right? And all the scholars, he's not talking of enlightened people, he's talking of scholars, he's talking of people who think no end of themselves. They think they can dissect God. We are not talking of enlightened people. We are talking about those who think that they know God. I know God, like this person, this blind man, he thinks he knows God. So he is asking another person, do you know Sanskrit? I don't think that is the right question. Are you enlightened? If you are enlightened, then if you recognize another enlightened person, shut up. You are not supposed to show your ego over there, your arrogance. That is why it is important. So, we move ahead. We do verse 9. A Supreme Personality of God, that is Sri Krishna, is one, whether he alone acts with the modes of material energy, nature, or simultaneously expands in many forms or expands consecutively to direct the modes of nature. Verse 10. Kindly clear up all these doubtful inquiries, because you are not only vastly learned in the Vedic literature and self-realized in transcendence, that is in spiritual world, but are also a great devotee of the Lord and therefore as good as Sri Krishna himself. So Parikshit is giving this talk to Sukdev, and he is saying, you are enlightened. Everybody knew that Parikshit knew. And Parikshit knew very well, along with all the other people, that Sukdev is an enlightened master. He was an Avduta. He was an Avduta, and he used to roam around everywhere on planet Earth. Just walking barefoot everywhere. So the world knew that he is an enlightened one. So even Parikshit says, you are an enlightened master. You know very well about the activities of the Lord. Again, remember what I said a few moments ago. The enlightened people don't need to read books. They don't need religion also. They don't need anything. When they open their mouth, the words come very, very naturally from their mouths. They don't study any books. There is no need for anybody to study any books. There are great masters. Like even Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he used to say, I don't know Sanskrit. I have never studied any book. I have not read anything. It's good enough. But he was an enlightened being. All the great masters are like that. Nisargadatta Maharaj was there. Okay, so in my past I have met a few masters, and even recently also I met some masters. They hardly knew the language which is called Sanskrit. At one place where I had gone, that person used to write in Telugu. Now that is nothing to do with Sanskrit. But he was an enlightened master. He would give his satsangs in Telugu. I was very happy listening to whatever he was. I never understood a word of it. I would be looking at the side and thinking, now I hope he will explain them to me, because I don't understand Telugu. So I have to know from him. So after everything was over, I will say, Baba, what did you speak? Can you please tell me? And he would jovially tell me, oh, this is what I told them. So it was a very happy way of looking at this. Okay, this is how things are. So he was talking to his disciples in Telugu. It's good. Some people may speak in English. Why should it matter? Okay. So, he says, you, Sukhdev, is an enlightened master. You know all activities of the Lord. That is Sri Krishna. So, please tell us what are the different forms that he has taken, how he has gone about becoming one and another and another and another. This book is exclusively meant for the purpose of giving us an exposition on the different avatars of Krishna. Here this problem is people think Vishnu avatars, Krishna avatars, Narayana avatar. Don't bother your head about what he is called. God with no name. Supreme Personality. Very good. Call him whatever. Did he take many forms? Yes, of course, he has taken many forms. When he has taken the form of Matsya avatar, he has taken the form of Varaha avatar, Narsimha and other avatars. So what is he asking? Parikshit is telling Sukhdev, please tell me about all his different forms and the different sub-forms also. Smaller forms also he had taken. Like Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni is not a major avatar but a small avatar. So Sri Krishna took the form as a Purna avatar, as an Amsh, that means a portion of a portion, and so on and so forth. So he says, can you tell me how he came into this being? And he is asking Sukhdev about it. So we will do verse 12. Sukhdev said, let me offer my respectful obeisance to Sri Krishna, who is the creation of this world. Except the three modes of nature, he is a complete whole residing within the body of everyone, and his ways are inconceivable. So now Sukhdev is starting his explanation. So the first thing he says, the first step in spirituality is to know that there is a God in this world. Okay? And if he is there in this world, he is everywhere. This is known to us. We have learnt it from the childhood. God is everywhere. So does it tell us that he is also in us? Because we are in this everywhere, isn't it? Or are you nowhere? You are there. You are existing. So God is in you. So the first step of knowing God is to understand that you also have that little essence of the divine. So Parikshit is told by Sukhdev in this manner. Please remember, Sri Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of God, when he was creating this material world, there were three modes of nature. Okay? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. He created it like that. Why? Like we have daytime, we have nighttime, and we have twilight also, isn't it? Would you say that? Everything there is three. Okay? Top, bottom and the middle. Is it there or not there? So he also created these three modes in nature. The top will be called Sattva. It's purity. Purity, clean, white. Okay, everything looks nice, goody, goodness and all that. And then the worst one, the last one, laziness, inertia, villainy, all kinds of nonsensical things that are there in the world. All the bad stuff. Now, in between these two, there should be something in between or no. So the in-between stuff is also there. That is called the Rajas. Person is interested in living. He wants to be good also, he wants to be bad also. His motivation is, I want to do work, I want to do some actions, I have to do this. I am the one who earns money. I am the one who makes money. I am the one who is given birth. You see, all these things he says. So that kind of a person. So he has created the three modes of nature also. And he is the complete whole who is residing in our body. Our body is also a repository of the God. When we say God is everywhere, he is also in us. Correct? Is the God there in devil also? Or the demon also? Is demon nowhere, is it? No, demon is also there. No? So devil is also there. So can I say he is everywhere? He has to create the three modes. Remember this. The good, the bad and the ugly, whatever. So like that. Okay. I again offer my respectful obeisance unto the form of complete existence and transcendence, who is the liberator of the pious devotees from all distresses and the destroyer of the further advances in aesthetic temperament of the non-devotee demons. For the transcendentals, that is spiritualists, who are situated in the topmost spiritual perfection, he grants their specific destination. Just now only I told you he has already created these three realms, top, middle and the lower. Now in the top layer, which is the goodness, happiness, blah, 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 all those good stuff, goody stuff. They are supposed to be having spiritual knowledge. All that. These people are kind-hearted, very good, so on and so forth. There are those kind of people also there in this world, isn't it? So for those kind of people, he has given them specific destinations. You are going here. Now, think about it. If I am having all the good berries on top and if I put some bad ones over there, are they going to get spoiled or no? Whatever, If I put one bad apple amongst all the good apples, is it going to get spoiled? So what we do is we segregate out the good ones, correct? So what did the Lord do? He segregated all the good people and he said, okay, we are going to go to heavens. So these people have been given a separate domain. If some disruptor comes over there, means finished. No? If I send one person who is a Rajasic person, okay, let us build some very big colony over here. He's going to do that. And he's saying, I'll make money out of all these people. They don't have money, sir, but still. So, here Sukhdev is saying, I offer my obeisance to Sri Krishna because I am going to now talk about how this creation has happened. So, what does Sri Krishna do? He liberates those people who have transcended. Three modes are there, 1, 2, 3. So there is heaven, there is hell and there is in-between place. But some people who have gone beyond that, they are better than the best. What are we supposed to do with them? We have to take them out of the system. When you are playing Ludo, a game, when the coins are finished, they go to the house, a home. Do we remove the coins out or no? You cannot put the coin back again, isn't it? In a similar manner, there has to be this game will only continue when the coins are there. Similarly, in life also, when these three modes of existence are there, the life will continue. But the moment a person goes out of the system, for that person, the thing discontinues. So the enlightened people do not come back into the game once again. No. They are out of the game. They are merged in the Lord, whichever way. So, there is always these different domains that these people are entitled to go to depending on the type of job that they do. Agreed? Which means very simply, those who are in the Satoguna, they will enter the heavens. Those who are in the Rajoguna, they can go to different hells. And those who are in the Tamoguna, they will be reborn as the lowest creature in the society. Or they may go to the devil's world or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you can call it. See, the demonic are the middle ones. They have to go to the demonic domains. So Rajasic people go to the demonic domain. And then the ghosts and everything else go to the last one, which is the tamasic one. So he has granted these people different domains, and for the devotees, they can go out of the game. So all these things have been given. So they are the spiritual world which he has divided into. So verse 15 says, or is it 14? 14 says, that is Canto 2, chapter 4, verse 14 from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto he who is the associate of the member of the Yadu dynasty, who is always a problem for the non-devotees. He is the supreme enjoyer of both the material and the spiritual world. Yet he enjoys his own abode in the spiritual sky. There is no one equal to him because of his transcendental opulence is immeasurable. So here he is talking exclusively about Sri Krishna. He is saying Sri Krishna came in this world in the Yadu dynasty. Now, Lord himself took birth and he was named also the same. So he had complete opulence, which means he was a Purna avatar. All the opulences, all the powers, everything was with Sri Krishna. Alright? He was the epitome of everything. So he took birth over here, and he is the one who solves our problems. So if we have any problems, we can pray to this Sri Krishna who was born in the Yadu dynasty. Okay? The Sri Krishna which we are talking about, you can pray to this Krishna. See, because he is a tangible form, we can see and we can experience him. But the intangible form cannot be understood by us. The Virat Swarup or whichever other, that four-arm form and all, we don't know him. This form though we can understand. Oh, I know Sri Krishna, I know about his wives and all those kind of things, we know. So that is the one. He says, he is the supreme enjoyer. The word enjoyer is misinterpreted by most of the people. Enjoyer means, oh, he is enjoying himself. No. The word enjoyer means he partakes of everything. If you like sweets, you may say, I don't like the bitter fruits. I only like the sweet ones. No. That means you are not interested in other things. Sri Krishna is the partaker of everything. Whether it is good, bad, ugly or whatever, does not matter. He can eat the highest of the foods, he can eat the lowest of the foods also. He can eat grand dishes, like we have the Chappan Bhog. And he can eat from the plate or the vessel of the Pandavas also. I'm sure you know the story. He came at a time and he ate that one grain, which was the leftover. So Sri Krishna is one who can eat the leftover also. In your world, if I tell you, okay, this is the leftover, you know how difficult it is going to be to eat. Suppose somebody has eaten the food and I say, can you eat whatever is remaining in that plate? You may not know that person, you're going to find it extremely difficult. Not with Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna partakes of everything. Whether it is good or bad, does not really matter. He enjoys his own abode in the spiritual sky. He is also the Lord of Goloka. And as Vishnu, he is the Lord of Vaikuntha also. As Shiva, he is the Lord of Kailasha also. So he is an enjoyer over there in these heavens as well. And nobody is equal to him. So here, Sukadev is giving us an idea about how this description is given of Sri Krishna. So the reason why this description is given is because when the question was asked how this world got created, first we have to tell about the Lord himself, isn't it? Before I say who created what, I have to say who is this great Lord himself. So Sukadev is giving the explanation this way. So we have come to the end of verse 14. we will stop over here for today.